Let's go talk to the people, Jack.
All righty.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey, and he is Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Last night, we told you about a pretty weird experience we had this week. On Monday, one of our producers in New York overnighted a package to our executive producer, Justin Wells, and to me in Los Angeles. We were there preparing for an interview with the former Biden family business partner called Tony Bobolinsky. Somewhere along the way, the contents of that package disappeared. Inside it was a flash drive that contained primary documents pertaining to the Biden family. We should tell you.
Now, we're going to stop right there. Guys, this is a story we meant to talk about last night, and we didn't. But it's weird. It's resolved itself, Jack. Magic happened.
Yeah, magic.
The miracle. The UPS miracle is what I'm going to call it.
Yeah, the magic of the CIA and FBI putting stuff back.
Thank you, John Migda. 170 megabytes down. Well, shut up. Nobody wants to hear that. Congratulations. God, that'd be nice. There's actually a couple of stories we didn't get to last night that we really should have, and this is one of them. This is a weird one. As Tucker just told you, they sent some documents on a flash drive through UPS, and it just disappeared. The package was found empty, and it was documents pertaining to what's going on with the Hunter Biden thing. That's a little weird, isn't it, Jack?
A little bit, yeah.
It's odd that it would specifically be that and the package to be open and for that drive to be missing out of all the shit that goes through UPS every day.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like somebody knew what to look for. Maybe they were listening in on a phone call between Tucker and one of his aides and got the tracking number that way and was able to locate the package quickly. Yeah, it's weird how that could happen.
It's odd. Let's listen in because there's more.
Those documents did not come from Tony Bobolinsky, and of course, we made a copy of those files before we sent them because we're careful. We get a lot of documents from a lot of different sources all the time, but that's especially true in election years. And before we put them on the air, we have to determine first whether they're real, these were real, whether they're newsworthy, and whether it's legal to show them. We wanted to assess what we had, and we're still assessing it.
That's an interesting part of this. They're not even exactly sure what they have.
Yeah.
What he was just saying there is they do believe they're real, and either they believe it would be illegal to show them, or they're not sure it's newsworthy. But they still just kind of disappeared.
That means there's something in there.
Thank you, ex-Bubba Hotep, who says, but you can trust the Postal Service with your vote, right?
Yeah, exactly.
In fairness, this was UPS, not the USPS.
Well, I don't trust any of them.
Point taken. I mean, you're sending shit through ground travel and air travel to get to another destination, and that often doesn't go well. All right.
But the point is the package never arrived. Proprietary reporting on the Biden family, documents sent between journalists by supposedly secure overnight mail, disappeared. They vanished on the same day we were conducting a heavily publicized interview based in part on documents from the Biden family. So as you can imagine.
I am also curious if any of their other stuff was like oddly opened or something.
Yeah. I'd actually be curious to know if they had a backup and they compared it to the flash drive, if anything was altered.
Yeah, that would be interesting too.
Yeah, because if there was some incriminating email and somebody just went in and did a quick scan of it and changed a name or even little things.
D. Quaid, man, you think some dude making minimum wage gives a crap? Oh, no. No, I don't. I don't think some minimum wage worker at UPS was opening Tucker's mail.
I think this was the feds.
I think it was the feds.
Yeah. The FBI has already shown that they've tried to overthrow President Trump's presidency. They've tried to effectively do a coup. You'd think tampering with the mail is above them? Come on.
Snub, I did see the tweet you're talking about. All right.
Yeah, that would get us in trouble, Snub.
It really would. We can't do that on air.
Imagine we wanted to know what happened. Unfortunately, we still don't know what happened. This morning, UPS issued a press release announcing they had found our flash drive and then boasting about their customer service. Quote,
now, we're going to hear exactly why. I don't believe this was just some, whatever their minimum wage is. Somebody said it starts at $10 an hour. Whatever their minimum wage worker just happened to be, oh, that's Tucker's. I better look through it and grab it. Listen to what they say happened here.
UPS will always focus first on our customers and will never stop working to solve issues, which is fine. UPS is a reliable company. They rarely lose anything. We agree with that. That's why we use them in the first place. And yet they lost our Biden documents. How? UPS won't tell us how.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's almost like somebody might have invoked like the Patriot Act or something and threatened some UPS employees. Like, if you mention us, because all their hubs are covered in security cameras.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that.
We spent a lot of the day talking to executives there. They claimed that the flash drive was found on Monday night by an hourly employee at the UPS building on 43rd Street in Manhattan. They suggested it might have been sitting on the floor there. They couldn't prove that because, remarkably, in a room where millions of high-value packages are handled, there are no security cameras. That's what
I'm calling bullshit on that. Every UPS facility has cameras. I've known a couple of UPS employees, and they're always bitching about being surveilled.
Yeah, it's amazing that there's no security. There's more to it that's weird, Jack.
Yeah.
UPS says the employee who found our flash drive simply dropped it on top of a supervisor's desk. Our document.
Yeah, like, hey, I found this. Bullshit. We're like, well, hey, I found this laying on the floor. The night crew missed it while they were cleaning. Is this a thing?
Undiscovered for more than 24 hours until we announced on television that they were missing. That's their story. Obviously,
it was laying on the ground. That's their best story. A flash drive laying on the ground at the UPS hub center, and nobody noticed it for a full fucking day.
So let me get this straight. UPS finds out that the most watched cable news show in history, they lost one of their packages, and they're not doing everything they can to find it, and this thing was just fucking laying on the floor. Bullshit. They searched that place top to bottom. The night cleaning staff were involved in the search. Everybody knew to look for this thing.
I have a feeling that there was no real search, Jack.
That's probably true because they probably knew that the feds came in and took it.
That would be. Look, we have to say this. That is our working theory.
Yeah, that is also
know that
speculation, although it's the probable speculation.
Obviously, we had some questions.
Oh wait, thank you, Poker, who says spending time with the wife has been a godsend. I'm glad you've gotten some time with it, and I hope you're feeling better, bud.
Yeah, man.
I said time with it. I should have said with her. I fucked that all up.
Is there a difference?
When it's your wife, yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
About it, but UPS executives did not answer our questions. Quote, there are no more details. Security is returning it. Apologies again that we were unable to deliver it next day at the service level you requested.
We're getting a refund, right?
I would hope so. I'm very curious how they knew. Was it marked Tucker? Was the drive marked Tucker Carlson?
No, but they probably did say, hey, if you guys see a flash drive, we need it back. So they knew it was a flash drive. That's my guess. But I'm willing to bet that whoever took it, modified it, or deleted whatever they needed to, and then returned it because it became news.
Or just copied it.
Yeah. There's something funny going on here, and no one's ever going to talk about it.
It gets even weirder.
Our exchanges went on like this for hours. And the main question we had never changed. How did our flash drive get separated from the package that we sent it in? That seemed like something worth knowing. The envelope was securely sealed. We know that. 2 witnesses saw our producer seal it, and UPS does not dispute that. Was the package torn open accidentally by a machine? That seems unlikely. UPS says that almost never happens. So we're left with the obvious explanation. Someone, for some reason, opened our package and removed a flash drive containing documents that were damaging to the Biden family.
Now, Jack, here's where it gets really weird.
We'd love to know who would do that and why. It would be helpful to see the envelope itself, but UPS says we can't see it because they threw it away.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all.
One, my pause game.
Right?
This is the part that I was like, wait, what? You threw the package away.
Oh, or the FBI kept it, one of the two, because their fingerprints were all over it.
If I hadn't been thinking bullshit this whole time, which I already was, when I heard that part, I was like, oh, fuck no.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I put money that the FBI did this.
Yeah, this sounds like somebody knew what they were looking for, came in and went to look for it, got it, did whatever they needed to it. My guess would actually be that they were just making a copy of it. Because they could get it back there and there you go, no big deal. They don't even know it's missing.
Well, since it was going overnight, I think they would have put it back that night. But the fact that they talked about it on the air made them put it back, I think.
A couple over here. Oh, no, there's one over there. Hi, Loves and Monkey. Hello, Nyala. How are you, sweetie? I missed that one a moment ago. But thank you so much for that. Don't forget, we are brought to you by you. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, please hit the like button. Please share, and please consider throwing money at Jack or myself. Lots of ways you can do it, including getting yourself a nice I'm not or a not Jack t-shirt. Not I'm not, just not Jack. Not Jack. Yeah, the idea that this, okay, here's what you have to believe in order to believe that this is all accidental. That Tucker Carlson and the folks at Fox News have this flash drive of information about Joe Biden that at least might be damning. Tucker said that, they're still looking into it. It gets mailed and somehow the envelope accidentally gets open. And the contents inside disappear. And it's not noticed when Tucker gets it. It's actually noticed at the hub. At that hub, they noticed it. They noticed it's missing and go, well, fuck it, and threw away the package. The next day, somebody sees it laying on the ground and like, well, shit. They pick it up and they take it to a supervisor's desk. And without notifying the supervisor at all, what they found, they just drop it on his desk. The supervisor, who apparently uses that desk, didn't even notice it being put there. And I can understand that. Sometimes you don't notice stuff on your desk. But all of this happened with no cameras around either.
Yeah, that's shady as fuck. Maybe the feds dropped it on his desk, but there's no fucking way that A, nobody knew about this, or B, that this wasn't a pro going in and doing this. Come on. What I'm guessing happened is there was a secret FISA warrant. They went in, flashed the warrant, got the package, retrieved it. It made national news, so they had to run back and put it back.
Well, we do know that there was an attempt, at least, to get a FISA warrant on Hunter Biden.
Yeah,
that was released a couple of days ago. So there might be one out there. You might be right on, Jack. And again, this is all speculation on our part.
The only way that anybody would know, because I'd be willing to bet Tucker's name was not on that package. It was probably addressed to one of his aides, just to avoid somebody tinkering with his mail. So somebody probably was tapping his phones.
Yeah, this brings up more questions than I think I'd be comfortable trying to answer.
Yeah, because I don't want to die.
Yeah, I don't want to die, and I like my YouTube channel.
Yeah, real fast though. Thank you, John Migda. Quote, found this on an old woman, quote, sleeping in the streets. Well, thank you. And thank you, Nyala. Hi, Jack. I grifted this money from a dying weeb, told him his Phoenix down was in another castle. Oh, well, he needs to keep on looking.
That's nice. That's a good one. Yeah, you guys should tell Jack how you found the money in Tucker's mail. So we have that story. I named this our press is garbage or something like that. And that wasn't in relation to what we just watched, because I don't watch all that much Tucker to know how good he is at reporting or whatnot. Most of what I have seen, I have no problem with.
Yeah. His economic stuff is garbage, but I've seen him on Tucker Tuesday more than anything.
Most of the time I've seen him, it's on Tucker Tuesday. If you guys don't know what that is, you need to be watching Sinatra Says. He's a good boy. Now, some of the other things that happened yesterday that we didn't talk about. I want to talk about the other one the other big one that pissed me right off. Adabisi, thank you. What's the difference between conspiracy and speculation on YouTube's part? Usually, conspiracy theory is something a right-wing person says and gets kicked off the platform for, while speculation is what the left does and is allowed to just keep doing. Dangerous, thank you. A cattle farm doesn't contain this much BS. You're not wrong.
Right. And
Shrouded, thank you. Found this on the floor of a UPS when I was getting a USB. Look, man. And thank you, Mighty Balzac. Is any of this getting out to normie land? No,
it's not going to either. The media has put a stranglehold on anything related to this laptop.
Yep. Which is actually what the title of this is about. We'll get to that in a little while. But I want to talk about another story that really pissed me the fuck off, Jack. And I mean made me mad. Yesterday, the Girl Scouts of America put out a tweet. On the tweet said, "Congratulations, Amy Coney Barrett, the 5th woman to ever be nominated to ever make it to the Supreme Court."
Perfectly innocuous.
And they put up a picture of the 5 ladies who have been on the Supreme Court: Sandra Day O'Connor, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Elena Kagan, Sonia Sotomayor, and now Amy Barrett. I did those from memory. I'm not looking at the thing. I know too much about our Supreme Court. I got to stop. They got a bunch of shit for it, Jack.
Of course they did.
They got tons of shit for it. From lawmakers, including bald-headed Presley, the weirdest looking of the Fab Four of communism there in the House. The Girl Scouts took it down.
Of course they did.
They took it down and they issued an apology because some people saw it as partisan and political. There was literally nothing partisan or political about congratulations on becoming the 5th female justice. There's nothing at all partisan or political. It's congratulating a woman on making it to the Supreme Court.
The wrong kind of woman.
Keldrick, thank you. I acquired this money through normal means, a job, so you can take it without having to worry about having the cops at your door. I appreciate that.
What's that like?
Yeah. I used to have some of those. Taking the post down was partisan and political.
Absolutely.
It was not a bipartisan screeching that was heard. It wasn't lefties and righties going, "Oh my God, how could you?" It was a bunch of little fucking pussy ass lefties whining because they don't like this woman.
Yep.
Whether you like her or not, what you know of her politics, I love how many of them just know her. They know her like she's their best fucking friend. They don't know her at all. And what they do know is mostly a couple of cases that they were told about on the news. Most of them, and when I say most, I mean the vast majority, did not go look up the case history of the laws that she's been involved in. Not laws, but the cases she's been involved in deciding there on the appellate court.
Right.
And they took that down.
Of course. Because they came to pressure because they're a PC organization. It's like the Boy Scouts have become.
And it made me think of a question for the Girl Scouts, and I really do hope they answer. I wasn't being shitty. I really wasn't. But I tweeted at them and I asked them this question. What message did you just send little girls?
That if you're the wrong kind of little girl, you're unacceptable and you should be canceled.
That it's... By today's standard, isn't what they did bullying?
Yeah.
Didn't they just teach little girls that you need to do what's popular? You better do what's popular. I cannot believe this isn't even about Amy Coney Barrett. I don't give a fuck about that. I mean, it does matter because she's from a conservative. Calling Donald Trump's a conservative, I joke. Mm-hmm. But she was picked because she is conservative. She's an originalist. And on the bench, that's really conservative. By how dare you read those laws as they were written?
You fucking monsters.
Thank you, Gamer Valine. UPS didn't have many cameras when I worked there in 2006. They physically checked bags on the way out. I am willing to believe they don't have cameras. I'm not willing to believe the rest of their story. And I'm actually not even willing to believe, especially in the DC hub, that they don't have, or the Washington, was it Washington DC hub that it was found, or was it the Washington State? That seems like it would be weird to go all the way up to Washington State.
Yeah, it was probably DC.
But yeah, so I'm not buying it.
Let me grab a couple of labs here. They're starting to pile up. Thank you, Jack Hiscock. Found this on the ground after I slapped the begging cup out of a bum's hand. Well,
that's a miracle. He did magic. He slapped a bum and money appeared.
I know, right? Screw those bums. And thank you, Expo Hotep. Some guy in a dark alleyway gave me this money to drop off some plastic thing on a specific desk in a UPS building. I figured he was just busy and thought nothing of it. Well, thank you, Expo Hotep. And thank you, Evolved Potato. Got this by the Chinese body dealers to get leprechauns. I used children instead with some hair glued on their faces. After the 20th kid, I think they stopped looking for the gold. Well, I'm sure they'll find use for the other 80. Here's your cut.
Wow.
Thanks, Evolved.
That's dark. That's real dark. We'll get back to the, I'm torn on what to talk about now. Remind me to talk about bums, Jack.
Sure.
So what they did here was absolutely horrible. Whether you like Amy Coney Barrett or not, whether you like Ruth Bader Ginsburg or not, these are women who achieved something. They did. They got on to our Supreme Court, which is the most exclusive government body in our country. This is a place where people go and they get to stay there until they die. And until Sandra Day O'Connor, it was a boys' club. Until Thurgood Marshall, it was whites only. These are things that, them being men or women or black or white shouldn't have any meaning. But with our country's history, we know it does. And we should be at a point where you can look at Amy Barrett and go, well, her being a woman doesn't matter. But she's only the fifth one who's ever had that seat, Jack. That's an accomplishment. And if you're really trying to inspire young girls, that's something to hold up and go check out what she did. And instead, they're like, oh, we need to be ashamed of that. Fuck right off. I'm not the biggest fan of the Girl Scouts anyway, but this was disgusting. And they should be ashamed of themselves for it.
Yeah. And who was it? Eagle said it in chat. Amy Barrett is by all feminist accounts a perfect woman. She's a career woman. She's got a job. She's got a good job. She's got kids. She's managing to do it all.
And she's adopted. They're always, if you're against abortion, why don't you adopt? She has 2 adopted children of color. I mean, this woman should be heralded. And instead, they shamed the Girl Scouts into taking down a post congratulating her. How fucked up is that? And there's no widespread condemnation for them doing it.
No. Those little cookie pushers deserve some kind of pushback. Oh, thank you, Ebony Williams, for the generous donation. What do I do on payday? Give money to a cranky nerd online. Good. Enjoy, good sir. I'm too tired to come up with a sad story. Well, I appreciate it, Ebony. You're always nice and generous, and we appreciate that.
Ebony's always a sweetheart to you.
That's because she's a nice lady. because she's a lady worth respect. She's not a bitch.
She's not, but she is mean to me sometimes.
Well, sometimes we deserve it. Come on. If there's a moral compass in the chat, it's probably Ebony or Prospero. Let's be real.
It's probably Ebony. To be honest.
Yeah. Prospero just wants us to hurt.
That's true too. Prospero's very smart, but she's mean. Guys, if you would like to donate to us, the Streamlabs go through the chat now and then, but it's also down below if you miss it. Let's talk about bums for a minute, Jack. I was going to do a game stream after Lords of the Night, and I got distracted.
You? What? No.
Well, we've been looking for another game to play on 2 Cents Plus, where me and Satsu and Stunlock's been joining us quite a bit lately, where we play over there. And there's a new game out. What the hell's the name of it? I got to find it. It's Hobo something, Jack. Where's it at? Hobo Tough Life.
Huh.
Jack, it is a homeless RPG. And it is glorious.
Isn't that just called like being a homeless person?
Well, you role play as a homeless person, and it is wonderful.
Okay, you're selling me. That sounds fun.
The best night's sleep I got while me and Stunlock were testing this game out was when I got arrested.
That sounds right.
So I've decided from now on, if I'm really tired of just getting myself arrested. Thank you, Mighty Balzac. Girl Scouts is a popular subgenre at the Christian Science Monitor. Oh, I didn't need to know that.
I'm going to go verify that right now.
D. Quaidman says, hobo isn't necessarily a PC term. Well, this is from a foreign company. I forget if they're Czech or Polish or whatever they are, but they don't give a fuck about our PC terms.
Yeah, it's an occupation because a hobo will travel for work, whereas a bum is a shiftless layabout who does nothing. When they're on the rails, that's called a tramp. And road tramps don't ride the rails, they ride in cars. I've done a lot of research on the homeless. Perhaps too much. And indeed, there is 651 Girl Scout videos on the Pornhub. I don't know about Christian Science Monitor.
Ebony, thank you so much. Yes, the cranky Gen Xer from Michigan gets money too. I can be nice to you. You get to keep all this money. Thank you so much, sweetheart. No, there's a lot of great things. Like one of the things that helps keep you happy is finding old cigarette butts that you can still light.
Yeah.
You have to dig through the trash to find stuff, and you get dirty and might rip your clothes as you do it.
See, that's more bum activity. Hobos are rail riders.
I
They
know.
only go on the railroads. This is completely different. If they had said vagabond, maybe, but vagabond's a third class of homeless.
I get you. It's basically homeless, the life sim. I didn't name the fucking thing.
I know, it's just upsetting. And if you would like to know more about the homeless, you can read some of my books. I will drop a link in the chat because I'm a shameless whore.
There's nothing wrong with that. You shill, my friend, shill. Buy Jack's books, you guys.
And to all the people that left me positive feedback on the books, I really appreciate that.
This game, as we were playing, I'm like, oh my God, this is homeless WoW. WoW being World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Like, this is homeless WoW. You run around and you do missions for other bums, which is great. At one point, there's this guy who stole a chair from another homeless guy, so you have to go talk him into giving it back, and he won't give it back until you bring him food. It's wonderful. So look forward to that on my channel soon, guys. But yeah, that's why I never did a game stream, because me and Stun sat there and played for 3 hours.
Sometime remind me, and we'll talk about the homeless people that live under New York City in the subway tunnels. Because there's like 7 stories of it.
Eagle says bum fights. That's fun. I know that's a game, but you can get into fights on this. You can also get mugged. I got into 2 fights and got the ever living shit kicked out of me both times.
Do you get rolled by people in the chat? Because they're always knocking over homeless people.
It's maybe that's who they were. Maybe that's who was doing it. That's where your donations came from tonight. Man, it's a lot of fun though, and I don't know how much fun it'll be for us playing like on Satsu's channel, because even though we can play together, it's not like we're all on the same quest at the same time. We can be if we want to be, but I don't know how well it'll translate to that. But for my channel, I think it'll be great.
What's the name of this again? I might have to pick this up.
Hobo Chaos. No, Homo Tough Life. That's what it's. Homo Tough Life. No. Hobo Tough Life. Homo Tough Life is when you come out to your Christian parents.
And that's how you end up homeless.
That's a whole different simulator. Jesus. Yeah, I know. I caught my own mistake there. Holy shit. That's not a good slip. I think that'd be a great game too. You have to build up the courage to tell your Christian parents you're homo. I'm sorry, gay. I know we're not supposed to say homo anymore because using a shortening of the actual term, that's a slur. Oh man, I'm so tired of slurs, man. They can all kiss my ass. Jack, you know who Glenn Greenwald is?
The singer?
What?
The guy that sings about America? Proud to be an American?
That's Lee Greenwood.
Okay, I was close. Then the other one is the writer that got caught with like the tentacle porn.
Did he get caught with tentacle porn?
Was it?
Yes. Glenn Greenwald is a writer.
Oh.
Terry Diamandis, thank you. I think you have hobo-erotic fantasies. I will tell you there is a quest where I have to go find a whore.
Speaking of that, did you know there is homeless erotica on Amazon?
I'm not shocked.
It's a whole subgenre.
Kurt Eichenwald is the one who got caught with the tentacle porn.
Oh, okay. Man, I am way off today.
Glenn Greenwald is a reporter who helped start The Inquisitor.
Oh, he's the one that interviewed Snowden. Thank you, Danger.
Yes.
Okay.
I should have just said that from the beginning, but I'd forgotten.
It's all right. It gets confusing with all these people with weird Nazi-sounding names.
He quit today.
What?
Or The Intercept. Thank you, not The Inquisitor. The Intercept. He quit today. He quit today because he wanted to publish a story about Joe Biden, and they wouldn't let him. I want to remind you. Yeah,
that's actually respectable.
This is a publication he helped start. He is one of the co-founders of this publication, and they would not let him publish an article. Gamer Glean, thank you. Homeless Wow, does your cardboard say will quest for beer, and do you pay for a subscription in aluminum cans? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they do have cardboard houses. It's kind of funny. It's sad though, man. I shouldn't be so happy about having played a fucking homeless person, but it was fun. Eagle says he's a lefty who started that organization for exactly what they did to him. That's probably fair. But he's over the years become anti-press. He's in the same boat that I am, where the majority of what he does these days is like, no, our press sucks. Our press absolutely sucks. He wanted to do a piece critical of Biden, and they wouldn't let him. They said that some of the stuff he wanted to talk about was unverified. Unverified. In fact, people from the New York Times went and looked at this stuff and decided there was nothing there. Yeah.
Right.
The New York Times, who hired an openly racist Asian woman to go work for him. Yeah. You know, those guys. Lady Gopher, thank you so much. Who says Hobo Tough Life on sale for $15 until November 2nd on Steam. That is true. It's one of the ways I was able to pick it up because Stunlock had talked about it. I'm like, yeah, I'll grab it. My ramen coffers are a little low because of it, but I'll be okay. There's a little bit of it back right there. Don't tell Lady Monkey I got it.
You might be experiencing the simulator a little too personally.
Yeah, if my daughter's listening, any presents you ever get me, just Steam cards is fine. I don't know. My daughter gets me. I'm wearing the Charger slippers that she bought me.
Nice.
2 years ago. I love these things.
I'm wearing the Walmart slippers I got for 75 cents on clearance.
My daughter's pretty much dressed me in Charger gear. I have Charger pants because of her, and I have Charger shirts because of her. So
nice.
I can't wear the Charger shirts. I hate it. Because they're in my closet, and some of them are. She got me like 3 or 4. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4, but one of them is fucking awesome. The other 2 are cool because they're the Chargers, but there's one of them like I love that shirt, and I can't wear it. Keldrick, thank you. When did the New York Times become the sole arbiter of truth? Well, it's interesting you should ask that because there's been a lot of that lately, especially with this Biden story, where they're like, well, there was a great one the other day with Juan Williams arguing with Jesse Waters on the 5 there on Fox. I saw this clip, and they were arguing because another newspaper had gone in and looked and showed that there was nothing there, and he's like, that's bullshit. That's not what it actually even said. But so many news sources are running around who did not go check themselves, going, well, other people checked. And the New York Times is the one I hear the most. But Greenwald, he said, fuck it, I'm leaving. And The Intercept issued, because he came out and he said, I'm leaving because they wouldn't let me do this. They're all pro-Biden. And because of that, they won't allow criticism of him. And they came out and issued a scathing response, accusing him of lying, basically, and basically accusing him of doing this for individual profit.
Wow.
Yeah, Greenwald said that he's probably going to start his own company. And they're like, yeah, that kind of makes sense that he would do that.
Yeah, because that's his job. That's how he makes money.
So not only would they not publish it, they would not let him publish that anywhere else.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's when he's like, all right, fuck you guys, I'm leaving. So he published it himself on his website. And then he published the emails between him and the editors.
All right, that's kind of funny.
That's funny as fuck. And it goes through, the arguments about whether or not the Biden stuff, and he's, at least in my estimation, right about what he says, that there's nothing wrong with what he was going to publish. But it's just another example of a news source protecting Biden.
Yeah.
And I don't know much about Glenn Greenwald. I know I'd heard his name before, but that's about it. Good on him for actually having journalistic integrity.
Yeah, it seems to be a rare commodity.
It is an extremely rare commodity. Who was it? Oh, Chris Cuomo.
Oh, God.
Christopher Cuomo.
Why is it every time I hear that guy's name, I just kind of roll my eyes and sigh heavily?
Because he's a douchebag?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We found out the other day that Shallow Throat, the guy who wrote the New York Times op-ed about how bad Donald Trump was, and there were people inside the administration working against him, and that they'd considered using the 25th against him. The fuck was his name again? Something Taylor, I think. Wilson
I don't know.
Taylor or
He
something.
looked like a little weasel.
Yeah. Turns out he's not a senior official with the Trump administration. He's a fucking chief of staff for, what was it, DNI, I think. or Homeland Security. I forget which one. That's not to say he wasn't in any position to hear things, but he was not a senior official within the government. He was asked back in, I believe it was August. He was asked point blank by Jake Tapper, "Are you anonymous?" Because this article was written by Anonymous, and then that same Anonymous released a book. And Tapper asked him to his face, "Are you that?" And he goes, "No, that ain't me. No, man. Mm-mm."
That was somebody else.
Miles Taylor. Thank you.
He's even got a douchey name.
He does. Don't name your children Miles.
That's a distance, not a name. No, nothing personal against anybody named Miles, but come on. That's why you don't name your kid like Hunter either. That's an occupation.
Or a drug addiction.
Well, there's that. He did kind of ruin that name for everybody, didn't he?
I think he made it manlier, to be honest with you. Sorry, hunters out there. So Chris Cuomo, yesterday, well, Wednesday night now, because whatever day we're on, but just for clarity, on Wednesday night's show, Chris Cuomo launches into a rant about how Miles is a horrible person because he lied. Like, bitch, you lie all the time.
Yeah.
You lied about having COVID, motherfucker.
And staying in your house when you were caught at your second property.
You lied about saying you wanted to quit your job when we all fucking heard you say you wanted to quit your job. You did it live on the air, you dumb motherfucker. You lied. And then you have the nerve to go up there on a rant against this guy. For real. By the way, Miles is a CNN contributor.
They're eating their own.
Yeah, they make it sound like Miles just happened to come work at CNN right as this is getting released. Because he was hired, I believe it was last month. And then this month they tell everybody he's them. Like, come on, stop it. This was supposed to be their October surprise.
Really? This was their... wow. They're getting lazy over there.
Miles comes out and admits it's him, and he says the reason that he did it anonymously is he wanted to force Trump to answer the accusations and not just attack the person. Donald Trump, his response to the anonymous article when it came out was just treason, which it absolutely was.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
If you have people within the government working to remove a president who you have no legal justification to do so, that's treason.
Sure sounds like it. Yeah, I think there's a lot of really questionable shit going on these days, and I'm not real thrilled about a lot of it. And Trump needs to fire a lot of people right now.
Yes, he does.
Send a message that this shit is getting out of hand and it's not going to be tolerated.
But it doesn't matter because, like Miles, he's out of the government. He was never a major player in it. He's out of it now, and he has a name at CNN.
Well, let's not get carried away.
Oh, he is. I mean, he's been the news for the last, 2 days, 3 days?
Yeah, that's true.
CNN milking it to try to hurt Trump right before the election. It's fucking insane.
Yeah. This is getting ridiculous. Like, there's some really dangerous moves going on within our government by people that don't seem to understand that they are committing treason or betraying the trust of the people, or they just don't care. Probably that one.
They said they decided against using the 25th on the president and decided to just work against him within. And then he goes on in the article. I never read his book because I don't give a fuck. I'm not giving that shithead money.
Yeah.
But in his article, he says that Trump was upset that we had to put sanctions on Russia again. You know, the this is way back in 2018 that this was released. This is back in the, oh my God, it's Russia. Or Trump wanted to normalize relations. And he wasn't happy that we had to do it again because Russia keeps fucking up. Trump wants to make deals. It's what he does. He wrote a book about it, Jack.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a sort of an art form in his mind.
By the way, I have a, what's the word I'm looking for here? A suggestion, a tip. This is a monkey tip, Jack. I saw just the tip, guys. This is a just the tip moment from Ranting Monkey. I saw a gentleman on Twitter complaining that the local Halloween store did not have very many outfits left to choose from, and he didn't like the ones that they had.
Don't wait till last minute then.
I have a better tip than that. If you do not have your Halloween costume yet, go out there and buy a pack of tidy whities. Get a little bit of flour and put it on your nose and go as Hunter Biden. You're welcome. This has been a monkey tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Real fast. Thank you, Terry, for the donation. And I'm quoting here. I, Jack Cochran, officially denounce everyone in the audience named Miles. Offense fully intended. End quote. Sorry, Terry. We do not have the same name.
The Michael Flynn phone call was about not escalating if Russia got hit with serious sanctions. Yes, that's exactly what it's about. Oh, you don't watch John Ward, do you?
Sometimes. I haven't lately, though.
He is putting out a good series right now that I've been enjoying. I've only seen the first two. His second one, the first video in the series is the beginning of Trump. The beginning of Trump. It starts with the campaign announcement, and then it goes through all of these liberals saying that Trump will never be elected. It of course shows the famous Ann Coulter saying that Trump had the best chance. It had several I'd never seen. There was like two from Nancy Pelosi where she's like, Trump will not be president. I didn't know she'd even done that.
No, I didn't either. It's funny, though.
It is. It's funny as fuck. And it's a great watch. But if you're up on your politics and stuff, you pretty much know what comes in that one. The second one, however, is about Michael Flynn. And what's it called? A Beautiful Black Sky? I think it's the name of it. Because as they're sitting there during the Michael Flynn interview, a couple of times he looks out the window and goes, what a beautiful black sky. And I'd never looked into it. I didn't know what it was about. But John explains, at least what he believes it is. And A Beautiful Black Sky is a reference to a poem. And it's a poem about evil coming. But how it ends up being beaten because it's evil and evil can't win. That's not what I'm adding that last part, that evil can't win. But it is amazing if you watch that video, if he's right about what actually happened with Michael Flynn's interview. Because in John's estimation, Flynn was actually setting up everyone else. Flynn saw what was coming. And that's what those references were to. So it's interesting. So check that out if you guys haven't watched it. I haven't seen the third one, which should have come out yesterday. So I'll be watching that when we're done here.
I just saw some weird, 15-second thing he did about trees.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
I don't either. It seemed a little too meta for me. So I was like, yeah, just going to keep on going.
I should reach out to him because we do follow each other, and I could DM and be like, dude, what the fuck's with the tree? He wouldn't answer me, I'm sure. He's a nice guy. He has answered me before. I was asking him video questions, honest video questions, not like, can I be your sister? But he's been very kind when I have reached out, but I'm thinking of reaching out and go, dude, what the fuck's with the trees? Because I don't get it. Does anybody get what that meant?
I think it was just like I could film a tree and be president. I don't know. There's probably some quote we're missing or something.
B Junkie says if Flynn knew what was happening, he wouldn't have had to sell his house. No, that's not necessarily true. You can see the shitstorm coming and still lose everything. You know, we do that with hurricanes all the time. There's a storm coming. But in this case, being a metaphorical storm, I mean, it is what it is. You're talking about going against some of the most powerful people in the world, the FBI, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. They will wreck your world.
Yep. And especially with him. I mean, if he had the idea of this is coming, that's what this is all about. They're trying to fuck with me. Damn. It could have simply been that. He saw, like, fuck, they are coming with me. And here's hoping good wins. Frank, thank you. A bit late, but I was on a road test earlier. Prior to your stream, I listened to the 60-minute Trump interview. What annoyed me was the chick's cutesy voice she kept using when Trump made an accusation against what they weren't covering or media being biased. I didn't watch it. But the media did a very, very good job on one thing with Trump. They did a good job with painting it as though Trump is the only person to ever question our media. My entire lifetime, Republicans have been complaining that the media is biased. My entire life. This goes back was it Nixon? I'm trying to remember because there's a specific moment in time where people are like, the press is fucking biased for modern times. And my whole time, Ronald Reagan used to joke about it all the time. Bush, not so much. Clinton never had a reason to. But conservatives of the time, conservatives have been complaining about it forever. But they make it seem as though it's the same thing with the wall, Jack. Both left and right have been calling for a wall along the border forever. But Donald Trump comes out and asks for it. And suddenly he's the only person who's ever said it, ever.
Yeah, because they knew that he might actually do it. Because he's not a politician. They don't know what he's going to do. He may be legitimately wanting that.
Our press has been biased for a long time, and it's been evident for a long time. And the success of Fox News was because of it. The success of it, there's a lot of Fox News that is obviously biased. But if you go back to the beginning of it, even Hannity, I mean, Combs was on the show. It was a debate show with left and right. Bill O'Reilly, he had some right-leaning tendencies, but he also had some very leftist bullshit that he used to push. You never heard about that. All you ever heard is how right it was. They marketed themselves as fair and balanced. And even if they were slightly tilted right, what they got right in what they did is everyone else was obviously left. So all the people who were alienated by the rest of the media, even if you weren't quite right, there was finally a different voice. Finally a different voice. And what do they do now? What do they do now? You're not even supposed to watch Fox News because they're obviously biased. Don't pay attention to the fact that MSNBC, CBS, CNN, ABC, NBC, that the Washington Post, the New York Times, even the New York Post for some, that all of this shit is liberal biased. Don't pay attention to any of that because they're the arbiters of truth. It's just those fuckers over at Fox News who are right. And they're not even all that right. Never have been. Shepard Smith, not all that right.
No, he's over at CNBC now.
Yeah, he finally got out of his contract. He had to go off the air for a while when he left Fox.
Yeah.
Frank, thank you. She kept saying there's no evidence of that. That doesn't happen. We aren't biased in this higher pitched, almost chuckle voice. I just want to slap her. Well, don't slap women, but I understand. I mean, I get it. But this is a claim that's been going on for a long time. They still claim that Dan Rather was never a lefty, even after he got busted running a story that he knew at the time was fake. But it made George Bush look bad. No, Dan was a good newsman. No, he wasn't. He was a fucking biased piece of shit.
Well, that's why they think he was good.
Well, sure, yeah. But they want you to believe, and it's why you only hear that chanting, and it's why they get so mad. That's why Jim Acosta gets so mad every time that he goes to one of these Trump events. I think Trump really likes to have these events just to upset Jim Acosta.
That won't surprise me at all.
I wouldn't be surprised if they like started setting up a little CNN sucks section right in front of the media area. Yeah,
that'd be funny.
But they hate it because it's true and they know it. They know it. They know they're fucking biased. You'd have to be dumber than I think even Chris Cuomo is to believe that these guys are not on a team. And it's not America's team. It's not the truth. That's not their team. Their team is whatever the Democrats say. And go back to the Obama years. Obama treated the press like shit. Absolutely like shit. And the press just sucked his dick anyway.
Oh, yeah. They'd have given him anything he wanted.
They actually had, and go look it up, guys. Don't take my word for it. They used to have calls with the White House and members of the press telling the press what they should be talking about that week. That's a real thing that happened. The White House telling the press what they should be talking about. And you know what's weird?
They did it.
They did it. It's amazing. Watch the news cycles, guys. It's not always that like a story blows up so everybody talks about it. If a story blows up, of course, something happens. The Hunter Biden stuff. Hunter Biden blows up. But nobody covers it? How do you think that happened? Do you think every newsroom just got together and went, oh, we probably shouldn't do this? Probably. It's a coordinated effort. It always has been. Evolved Potato, thank you so much over on the Streamlabs. Hang on, I gotta. Which is one of my only annoyances of Scribe. He thinks that because he was told Fox was so right wing a decade ago, it must be the exact same now, and won't even consider an opinion of someone that has seen it recently. That'll be something you have to take up with him. I've argued the case, and he's allowed his opinion, so is what it is. But yeah, the press has always been left in my lifetime. It just has been, and it's almost done that way on purpose. Where did journalists come from, Jack?
Universities.
Wow, and they all turn out liberal.
Weird.
How'd that happen? This was back during, I think it was the Clinton years. They did a poll of news people and how they voted. And it was something like, it was either 92 or 94% of the press voted Democrat. But they're not biased, you guys, at all. They can separate it.
Uh-huh. Right.
It's amazing, right? Our press is garbage, and we're seeing it in this election. We are seeing it in this election. Never in my lifetime, and I don't think ever has a challenger been allowed to hide the way Joe Biden does and not be questioned for it.
Yeah.
Because again, even if you go to COVID, like, that's all right, motherfucker, you got a video screen. We've seen it. Why aren't you on all these television shows? They hide him. Put a lid on his ass for 4 days, 2 weeks before the election.
We know he likes to wander off, Mookie.
I get it. I do. But I understand why they're hiding him. He's a horrible candidate.
He's got dementia.
Yeah.
At least he looks that way.
He was a bad candidate even without dementia. Again, I prefer him over any of the other Democrats because holy shit, did they put out a field of shitbags this time.
Yeah, right.
Like Hillary was bad. Hold my beer. But of all of them, at least he's, at least the old establishment type where he'd be like, all right, look, I don't want to fuck up the whole economy right away.
Yeah.
But even on that, he's moved left. Whether he's done it himself or that's what's been whispered into his ear, I don't know. But it's happened. He's a bad candidate. And then you throw the dementia on top of it. He's a really, really bad candidate. This isn't covering up Roosevelt's polio. That didn't fuck with his mind. It just made it so he couldn't walk. This is a man who can't speak. And there was, oh, fuck, Jack. Thank you, Dangerous. Always here to complain about the media monk. Got a vested interest having paid to learn this stuff. Don't need the degree. I knew how to lie for free. Fair enough. Yeah. CNN put out an article.
Strike one.
Claiming that the Trump campaign is just out there lying about how Biden said George.
We saw it with our own eyes.
And I keep coming back because there's a whole bunch of people. No, it's just edited video. There's a part of that video that makes it absolutely clear that he was supposed to be saying Trump. Yeah. And it's his wife whispering Trump's name under her breath twice. Both times he said George, she said it. So unless Jill Biden is working for the fucking Trump campaign, he fucked up. And you know what Jack, the easy answer there is he just fucked up. He mixed up some names. It happens.
Yeah.
But the entirety of the media is out there right now defending this shit, pretending that that's not what happened. No. When he said 4 more years of George what? When he said of George, not, hey, George, do we want 4 more years? Because then it would be like, yeah, all right, yeah, he was talking to George Lopez. And you know what? It is possible that since he was talking to George Lopez, that's why he screwed up and said George. Or he thought he was running against George Bush. Either way, he was talking about 4 more years of what's going on right now. And then he said George. It wasn't selectively edited. The man fucked up. No, this is just a lie. CNN had the balls in that article, Jack, to use the fucking quote and said, see, there's nothing there. I'm like, bitch, it's right there. I'm going to go find the person who wrote that shit and go, did you read what you wrote? Here, let's watch the video. I'll show you what he said.
I think Mr. Jones nailed it. 4 more years of George Orwell.
Maybe that's what he meant. Because that would be right, I guess. I'm watching the art press, Jack, and how I thought they were biased in 2016. Holy shit. There's a reason we have not seen a lot of coverage. Philadelphia got fucked up.
Yeah, it did.
And it's still getting fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention this, but Portland is probably going to go off the hook again.
Of course.
They were out there marching today because I was watching the protests over on Reclaiming the Masses channel, which it's a new composite channel. So check it out, guys. But yeah, they were marching out there, burning flags and shit. And I learned through that there was a shooting in Vancouver, Washington, which is right over the river from Portland.
Oh.
And guess what? It was a black guy shot by the cops.
You're not going to see much of that on the TV.
No.
You'll see them talk about the shooting if it makes national headlines because they have no problem talking about that stabbing there in Philly.
Yeah.
But they're not showing everything getting burned down.
No, they're showing like the peaceful marches during the daytime, if they show even that much. Like Philly, you're not even really hearing about.
No, you know what I keep hearing about Philly? And you and I talked about this off the air when we ended last night, it's stories about how they never should have shot this man. Why did they say? So here's what happened, you guys. I don't know if you guys know this much about the story, but there were 3 911 calls from that house that day, all involving this man. And the police had come out for the first 2, and we're like, all right, fine, take care of yourselves, and went home. And then on the 3rd one, they're like, we called for an ambulance. They may have called and said we need an ambulance, but they also said there's a man with a knife. Now, if you call for an ambulance and say that there's a man with a knife threatening people, the ambulance will come after the police have made sure it's safe.
Yeah, they're not going in there without the cops because they don't want their EMTs getting knifed.
But that's been the story, and I see it over and over and over again. And we keep seeing Breonna Taylor. They just did another fucking Breonna Taylor article today. They're not going to cover the riots, though. No. We got to keep that under wraps because that hurts Biden, as Don Lemon was so kind to point out. So you're not going to see the stuff that's actually important because that'll help. That'll help George, whoever the fuck George is.
Yeah, who knows? Oh, by the way, I'm seeing a headline right now. Philadelphia City Council passes bill banning tear gas on rioters as violent unrest continues. I'm going to drop that link in the public chat there for everybody to go enjoy later.
Now that headline should be what the fuck, and then the rest of that headline. Our news media is in the bag for Biden. If Biden wins this, which guys, he still has a good chance. He really does. If he wins this, it's going to be that the press won it for him, not him.
Yeah.
He didn't win it for him.
It'll be a win for propaganda.
Yep. I don't know what else to say about him, man.
I don't know, but I'm expecting the riots to continue, and we can all look forward to more of that as the election approaches, especially with the shooting in Vancouver, Washington, not Vancouver, in Canada. So, like I said, check this channel out. It's going to be doing some coverage of the protesters in Portland, and just pay attention to the streamers because they're the only way you're going to get any real factual news. Nobody else, the mainstream media is not going to cover it. So you might as well count on the internet to help you out. That's the only people that will.
There was another major news story yesterday. Some violence in France. It's disgusting.
But the knifings?
Charlie Hebdo.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Hebdo made more cartoons about the Prophet Muhammad. And we've now had more stabbings and a woman. She wasn't quite beheaded, right? They just slit her throat to the point where it was almost falling off. If I remember the story correctly, I may have my stabbings mixed up there, Chag. There's a whole lot of people wringing their hands. Not for the fallen, but how dare you insult these people's religion? It's not like it's Christianity where you can say fuck Jesus.
Yeah, and have like dirty pornos with Jesus and all this other stuff. No, so this attack in Nice, the person that did the stabbing and beheadings at the church, he was at a church doing this.
Yeah,
he just came from Tunisia, and he was carrying a Quran, a knife, and 2 phones.
Don't worry though, they weren't Christians; they were Easter worshipers.
Yeah, not a whole terror thing. No, there's an article from the BBC on it. Yeah, those were cultural enrichment utensils.
I'm tired of Muslim apologetics. Tired of it. I am not bound by your book. They cannot draw the Prophet Muhammad. I'm not one of them. I can draw his ass if I want to. I don't give a fuck. I don't follow your laws. And anybody who excuses this shit on the notion that their book says I can't draw him, go fuck yourself, you pussy ass bitch. This is why I have a big problem with so many. I'm an atheist, you guys. No, you're not. You're fucking anti-Christian. You don't even have the balls to be anti-Jew, even though the Jews won't fuck with you, because somebody might call you anti-Semitic. Oh, you fuck with them Christians. Oh, you have no problem. Go fuck Jesus. Jesus is this fucking, he's a zombie. You have no problem with that shit. But you pussies won't touch Muhammad, will you?
I'm supposed to remind you that your quote was "fuck baby Jesus, fuck him right in his baby ass."
I don't remember what that quote's from, and until you find it, I'm not believing you.
He told me to wait till the mood lightened, and I'm like, that's not going to happen. Fuck it, I'll do it now.
There's a whole bunch of these assholes out there who just love to tout their atheism, won't say fuck all about the Muslims.
Yep.
Because they're pussies. Whole bunch of them who've made a shit ton of money on YouTube with their atheism, who won't fucking touch them because we have to be culturally sensitive. Not to that Jesus guy. Nah, fuck him. Maybe this is how that came up. Maybe this is a rant because I just about said it without even realizing it.
That's probably how it happened.
Probably is. Because these fucking pussies have no problem going after Jesus at all. None. But they ain't going to touch Muhammad because, well, they're fucking pussies hiding as atheists.
Yeah, they're not going to because they're cowards. They're moral cowards.
Atheists.
Yeah, they're just mad at somebody, mom, dad, whoever that dragged them to church, and they know that Christianity is a safe target because Christians will look the other way and ignore it. But they won't do it to Muslims because they're cowards, because they're hypocrites and cowards.
Yeah, back when Christians were bombing abortion clinics, they didn't get rid of abortion.
No.
They didn't go, oh my God, this is offending Christians. We should stop. No, fuck those Christians. Because they knew they weren't going to get in any danger from it. Oh, but these fucking pussies. Oh, they ain't got that kind of word for Muhammad.
Now, I will give Macron credit because as much as I think he's a giant douchebag that fucks old ladies, he is saying that it's okay to publish these cartoons.
Yeah.
That's shocking to me because...
Me too.
Normally the French cave at fucking everything. And even though Turkey is putting pressure on them, as well as other Muslim countries, he's letting it happen. And they even projected a Charlie Hebdo cartoon, the one that inspired the attack on them. They projected it on the side of a building, which is possibly what may have set off some of the crybabies that are doing these murders now.
Evolved Potato, thank you. Said, since we're doing, let me make sure I get this right. If we're bringing up old monkey quotes, how about this one? Slavery was a really great thing. I don't remember saying that either, but I can see myself saying it.
I'm sure that one's out of context, but
well, I mean, almost all of it has to be taken out of context. Either I was kidding or I was making a point. Like in this case, where I almost said it again.
Yeah,
it was amazing, Jack. I wasn't even thinking of it, and I almost said those exact words.
Which is why I didn't wait till it got a lighter tone.
You should have let me go. I would have just said it. His son would have been like, see? Yeah. And people got killed over this. And instead of telling Muslims they need to chill the fuck out, knock it off because we're not all members of your fucking religion, there's a whole bunch of people out there going, we really need to stop being so mean to the Muslims.
No, they need to grow the fuck up as a culture and stop murdering people because their fifis got hurt.
Yeah.
Look,
we are not bound by your beliefs.
Yeah. You are not in charge. Don't come to a Western culture if you don't like the culture.
And anybody who thinks that murder is justified because somebody made a fucking cartoon, I don't think there's anything I can say on the air to what I think of you people.
Right. Yeah, so it looks like 3 people died and 1 other person was stabbed before 4 police officers were able to show up and shoot the suspect. He's not dead. He was detained, and they're looking into it as a terror attack. And Nice, like Evolve pointed out in chat, is where a Tunisian drove a truck into a crowd on Bastille Day on July 14th, which killed 86 people.
Thank you, Frank, who says white guilt mixed with feminism. That's not what it is. It's cowardice.
It is. It's totally cowardice. I think the white guilt plays a part, but I think they're more just afraid.
That's all it is. It's just fear. If the Muslims didn't act this way, you'd have no problem saying bad things about Muhammad. You could draw Muhammad, there'd be no issue. The only reason there's an issue is because Muslims act this way.
Yeah. And they get away with it. There's no consequence for this. You arrest one person? You don't go out and say, hey, you need to assimilate or get out. There's no pressure put on the community to adapt.
Yeah. Look, have your beliefs, but those are your beliefs, not mine. And again, only people who follow the Muslim faith are not allowed to draw the Prophet Muhammad or make statues or any of that shit. That's on them, not us.
Yeah.
I'm not Muslim. Go fuck yourself. I'll do what I want.
Well, they need to have a reformation the way that the Christians did, where they say, hey, maybe we shouldn't take that so literally.
Do you remember the Draw Muhammad contest?
Yeah.
There was a lot of controversy over that. Like, you're just provoking them.
So what?
The serious answer to it, and I believe it came from either Trey or Matt from South Park. I may be misattributing it, but somebody, their reaction was, instead of whining about how some people are drawing Muhammad, all of us should. Yep. All of us should. And people are you insane? We might get killed then. That's all it is. It's fucking fear. Yep. Fucking bitch ass fear. And I understand fear. I get it. I do. But when we live in a society that is so happy to openly bash Christians like, I don't know, Amy Coney Barrett, it is fucking pathetic to watch those same people trip over themselves not to say anything bad about Muslims.
Yeah, you can't live your life in fear. That's no way to go through life, and you'll end up being subservient to whoever bullies you the hardest. Yep. This is bullshit. Macron's right. Shockingly, these cartoons should be published, and you know what? More publications should do it now.
Everyone, yeah. I agree with the notion that we should have an International Draw Muhammad Day, and everybody should do it.
Yeah. They got to start doing something about the cultural enrichment that's going on. And I don't know what the answer is, but I think some public executions probably would go a long way.
Well, what's funny about this is this all kicked up because of that one cartoon of Muhammad drawn with the bomb as his rag or turban. Sorry.
Yeah.
And they got very mad about that. And that's where all the killings started. But before that, long before that, South Park had an image of Muhammad.
Yeah, nobody bitched at all.
Nobody did a fucking thing. There was no killings. There was no, oh my God, we can't show. But then they decided they'll never air that again because it might piss off somebody who will blow something up.
Yeah.
Islam, you ever read the Quran, Jack?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a copy of it around here somewhere.
That is a book of war.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's not a holy book. That is the Muslim art of war. And hey, monkey, you can't say it. I have not read it cover to cover the way I have the Bible. I will give you that. But I've read enough. That is a how-to about war. It really is. And that's their holy book. And atheists can't find anything wrong with that. It's weird. It's fucking weird.
Weird how that happens.
Yeah. They will criticize any little part of the Bible. Any little part. And look, there's stuff to criticize in there if you're an atheist. Sure.
Sure, of course.
But how do you not find something with a backward ass war book? How the fuck do you not find anything wrong with that? If I beat you in war, I can take your wife and fuck her in front of you. I don't know what I'm going to say about that. But that sounds right to me, I guess. Especially YouTube atheists. You guys are such fucking pussies.
Yeah. At some point, you have to decide to stand up and fight, or you're just going to be a serf.
Here's the thing. I don't think that they're atheists. I think they're anti-Christian.
Of course they are. That's how most of them operate. Look at The Amazing Atheist. He's just anti-Christian.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, they're a bunch of goddamn scared ass pussies, and well, fuck them right in the ass.
Oh, real
There's more
fast.
people dead over this shit.
Yeah, there will be too. France is a powder keg waiting to go off. They have such an influx of immigrants. It's going to end up in race riots. They don't know how to deal with this. They're not a multicultural society, and then you import a bunch of people with foreign cultures that have strong religious beliefs. You're asking for trouble. They're a secular society meeting an archaic religious fanaticism cult. Probably get us in trouble on that one. Sorry. But real quick, thank you, Frank. Do the Muslims also believe in the 10 Commandments? If so, what happens to only worshiping God? I do wonder this with Christians worshiping Jesus and Mary, but a prophet is much further separated than the supposed Son of God. They don't have the 10 Commandments. They believe that Jesus was a prophet, not a Messiah, too. And I think it's mostly Catholics that worship Mary or pray to Mary. I don't know if it's really a worship, but there are some like weird kooky cults that do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very confusing sometimes, but yeah, I don't think they have a big problem killing infidels. That seems to be part of the book, as it were.
Dragon Mage, thank you, says, I find it hard to respect a guy who raped little girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Fucking
part
weird, right?
They gloss that bit over a lot, so
I just have no respect for him, and I'm okay with it. And we're to the point now where we're seeing another terrorist attack, and when I first woke up, Jack, and this was breaking, and they were still like, we don't know exactly why they would do it. Really?
don't we? Don't we?
Bunch of fucking pussies, man.
Yeah.
But it's a good way to get rich. Go out there and be an asshole to Christians. It's a good way to get rich, man.
Oh, yeah. It's got a real big following. You don't even have to be very good at it. Look at Armored Skeptic.
Yeah. You don't even have to know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Sure, that was a cheap shot, but it was a funny cheap shot.
But is it wrong?
Nope, not really.
Is it wrong? Look, there's a lot of what I would call good Muslims out there, Jack.
Oh, yeah. But there's good people of every faith, no matter how stupid. There's good Satanists out there, I'm sure. But that and Wiccans and other made-up tree-worshipping stuff. But
you know what happens when you capitulate to people?
They trample all over you.
Give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yep.
And that's what we're seeing. And knock it the fuck off. Anyhow, it's easy because Christians are nice. Well, turn the other cheek is a lot different than go forth and conquer.
Yeah, that's because Christianity is a pacifist religion.
Yep.
They don't really encourage. There are violent passages, but it's generally not taught that way since the Reformation. That's why we don't have a lot of crusades these days.
if you read the Old Testament and the New Testament, they seem like very different gods are involved.
Yeah, there's a lot of reform that was done in the New Testament that said, "Hey, we're not going to do this." So yeah, it's a very different.
The God of the Old Testament was a prick.
Oh yeah, vengeful. Like
Vengeful.
go out there and smite some shit.
Remember, it's not "thou shalt not have other gods." Thou shalt not have other gods before me. It's like you can worship whoever you want, but I'm number one, motherfucker. Yeah, it's an. I actually prefer the God of the Old Testament because I can relate to that God. Now, if I'm the all-powerful God, like, don't fuck with me. Seriously, don't fuck around and find out. I will flood this whole motherfucker.
I will do this again. That will turn your wife into a pillar of salt.
422, yeah. It's the time. I relate to that one a lot more than I do the pacifist that we see coming into this the New Testament. I think for society, the New Testament is better than the Old.
Yeah,
because that vengeful God, he's a motherfucker, man. Kill your firstborn. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You heard me.
Cut off my what now? I'm gonna go find out about this Buddha guy, if that's all right with you. Yeah. And again, I'm not down on Christianity. I'm not down on Judaism. I'm not even really down on Islam.
No,
Islam didn't become a problem until like the last 20 years.
Yeah, I'm down on the people trying to murder me.
Yeah.
That's a problem for me that I do not appreciate and would prefer you guys stopped.
Yep.
So go worship your faith. Just don't murder people that disagree with you.
Leave me out of it. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a real hard thing.
And look, I understand that for some of you, that means you have, by doing your religion, you're supposed to try to recruit others, and you're trying to save my soul. And I appreciate that, Jack. That's a very kind thing. Just don't get pushy about it, because I'm very polite when that happens. Like, I appreciate it. No, thank you. I'm not one of those people like, how dare you? I'm trying to eat my supper. You people piss me off too. This one time, I was walking through the mall and this guy handed me a little card and wished me well.
He gave me a pamphlet. I'm so upset.
These fucking Christians are everywhere. Shut the fuck up.
Are we talking about the Amazing Atheist again?
No, I've seen it so many times, Jack. I've never, okay, I don't want to say never, just once have I ever actually had a pushy Christian. All the others, they come up to me, are you interested? I'm not interested. And they go, all right, you have a great day. So you too. And they go about their day and I go about mine and everybody's happy. This one woman wanted to argue with me. And I told her, I'm not arguing with you in front of your children. Because she brought her kids with her, Jack.
Oh, yeah. Sympathy plea.
And I was like, I'm not interested. Can I ask why? I'm like, no. And she goes, I'm really interested. I said, I'm not going to do this in front of your kids. And she kept going. I'm like, all right. And so I just pulled a little bit, just a little bit, to let her know I know what the Bible says. And she's like, all right. And she turned around and left. I'm like, should have done that from the start. I didn't want to do that to you in front of your kids. I don't want to. That's your kids for you to raise. I don't want to be part of that.
Right? But if you push it and turn it into the Lord Humongous and saying, just walk away.
Yeah, I'll be like, I will slap you with my dick.
And you will not enjoy it. It will not be pleasant.
Because even if I did believe in Christianity, there's no way you can't see man's involvement. There's so many examples of man's involvement. And like, you know what? God won't mind if we change this little one part right here.
This is what he really meant.
Yeah. Which is what the Catholics did by being so smart by saying the Pope has a direct line to God, you know?
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works.
I mean, it's kind of how it works. He's got the bat phone right there.
Yeah, it's a special God phone made out of clouds, and you pet a fuzzy kitten when it rings.
It goes off. He jumps down the Pope pole, gets the big hat on as he slides down.
Yeah, that he stole from the Dagonites. He's like, da-na-na-na, Pope mobile.
But no, I'm not down on religions. I'm sorry, I'm fucking with Christians right now. I love you guys, seriously. Most religious people are nice people, no matter what faith it is, because these days that's what their faith teaches.
Yeah.
And that's cool. There's a great the Mormon episode of South Park is one of my favorites because of the end of it. Because the whole thing is mocking the Muslim or the Mormon faith from beginning to end. It's nothing but making fun of them. And Stan is hanging out with the new Mormon kid in town, and finally he's like, "Just get away from me, dude." And he's like, "You may think our views are weird, but my family's happy and we're always together. And I was just trying to be your friend, and you're kind of a dick, so go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
And that part at the end, it's so great about what they're saying about the Mormons. It's like, look, maybe they are weird, but they're just being happy and over there doing their thing. Leave them the fuck alone.
Which is why I like the Mormons, because if you're like not interested, they're like, cool.
Yeah, take care.
I have not met too many pushy Mormons. They're generally a little kooky, but they're really nice people, and I love having them as neighbors because they also have a belief that they should supply themselves with a year's worth of food. So if the apocalypse comes, I know whose house to go to.
Yeah, look, I'm like that with all faiths, man. As long as you're not fucking with other people, do your thing.
Yeah.
Good for you. I'm sure I do shit you don't like.
All the time.
I talk about my wiener a lot.
That's just courtesy, though. You're doing them a favor by that. How else will they know the good word?
Susan, hit me up. 7 figures, baby. There were some of you who didn't like last night's song, and I want to talk about that for a moment.
Oh, Lord.
What the fuck's wrong with you people? That was a good song. That was one of the longer ones. I did that just for you. And Susan. How dare you be offended by that? I'm done. That's all I had to say, really. How dare you be offended by my song? I do that for you. That's not true. I do that shit for me. What else we got? Oh, I wanted to show this on the air. We weren't on my stream earlier, so I couldn't bring it up. But Crimson Tiger, who is Lady Gopher's daughter, she's joined us a couple of times when we play the Ghost game. What the fuck's it called? Phasmophobia. I always want to make it sound like an orgasm, but it's Phasmophobia. And she drew a couple of pictures. This would be me and her going through a house. You can see her breath right there because that's one of the things that happens. You can see because it gets cold where the ghosts are. And look, there's a ghost stalking us right there. And there's a second one there when we're at a different. I fucking love this. That is awesome. And well done.
Huh. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is really cool, man. But yeah, I like how angry she made me. Bring that back up for a second. I'm fucking yelling down here, beating my chest.
Well, you are a ranty sort.
Yeah, beating my chest with my fist raised. Hell yeah. I'm mad at that ghost. I ain't taking that shit anymore. Crimson has a lot of talent, Monkey, going by that. Yeah, I didn't even know she was an artist. I saw that. I'm like, fuck, that's awesome.
We have some seriously talented people in our chat.
We do, and I love when we get fan art from them. Thank you, Frank. I don't believe, but Jesus was a hippie, and so it has pretty decent morals, and has led to the best, most accepting, and to a fault nations to date. The most accepting nations to date. To a fault. Again, I don't blame it on the religion. I blame it on people being afraid. Fear is a powerful motivator. It is why it is so often used in politics.
Yeah, especially when somebody's cutting somebody's head off in a church. Yeah, that's a little bit fear-inducing. Not gonna lie, that's brown trouser time.
Stunlock says, "Bring in Crimson for Tardy Tubbies. We'll get some solid artwork there." I don't know who's playing. Look, anybody who wants to join us can join. What is it, like 8 people can join when we play? We will be playing some more Tardy Tubbies tomorrow. That's Humans Fall Flat on 2 Cents Plus after Lords of the Night tomorrow night. That is a good just dumbass time that we have in there. There's a point to the game, Jack. You're supposed to solve puzzles. They're all physics-based puzzles, and there's different ways you can solve them and stuff. And you're supposed to work together to get through some of them, and that just doesn't happen all the time. There was a wonderful moment last week. Yeah, people who watch know what that means. And I literally haven't laughed that hard probably in months. I hurt myself laughing, Jack. Stun says, "Oh, is that what we're doing tomorrow?" Cool. Yes, that is what we're playing tomorrow night. I want to talk about this dumbass post.
What I do now?
It wasn't you, not this time. That girl at the party, who, by the way, looks like she's been there too long, says, "I want the following: national standardized voting methods and policies." I don't necessarily have a problem with that, Jack. I can kind of see it, but I'm also okay with states doing it their own way. As long as it's fair is all I care about. Civics and voting required course for 12th grade. I don't feel like voting needs a whole course.
No.
But
civics, but
civics and U.S. history, I'll give you those. Voting day, a holiday. I talked because Scribe is really big on this one too, and I talked to him the other day about this on air. I'm like, okay, I understand it back in the day, but now voting has been going on for over a week in some places right now.
Yeah.
Why do we need a holiday for voting? Especially when there is no national holiday that everybody has off. Not a single one. Even Christmas, there are people who work on Christmas.
Yeah, well, you still have to have paramedics and cops and dozens of other people that work. If they're going to add a holiday for that, get rid of one of the others, like Labor Day or something.
I'm all for getting rid of Labor Day. It's a stupid-ass holiday.
Yeah, it's a commie holiday.
We're going to take time off because we work.
Irony.
Yeah.
See, you can even hear the communism when you say it like that.
Yeah. Elimination of the Electoral College. Finally, they say we do not have a democracy until these things are in place.
We don't have a democracy. It's a representative republic.
Here's the thing. The President of the United States, the Congress of the United States, the Supreme Court of the United States were never meant to have the centralized power that they do. Go back and look at the Articles of Confederation. The reason they didn't work is because of how weak they were. So we realized if we're going to have a country, they needed to be a little bit stronger. But the main power was still within each state. At the time, senators were even picked by the state legislatures.
Yep. Real quickly, though, I am to remind people that Humans Fall Flat is only $6 right now because of the Steam sale.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, check it out. It's a fun game. It's silly stupid, but it's a lot of fun when we play together. If the president, the Congress, and the Supreme Court were held to the powers they were meant to have, then your governor would be more important to you than the president is. He would be the figurehead he's supposed to be. But you fucking assholes keep asking that the entire nation live how you want them to. When what you could be doing is asking for your state to live how they want to. And you know what, Jack? California would be California. They could do whatever stupid California things they wanted to do. And Tennessee could do whatever stupid things Tennessee wanted to do. How it was meant to be. The power of the states. The United States. You wouldn't need to get rid of the Electoral College if you understood what the fucking premise was. I hate these people.
Well, they're historically illiterate, so I mean, are you really surprised?
I'm not real sure how I say that name. Where is it? Eudroma? I'm not sure how I'm supposed to say that. I'm so sorry. It says, thanks, Lincoln. Lincoln was part of it. And then Roosevelt. Holy shit.
Roosevelt did way more damage, him and Woodrow Wilson, than any other presidents.
Holy shit. This is where we got the idea that the government is supposed to take care of you. Corey, thank you. Heard about the open carry at voting booth issue. Thoughts? Got here late, so if I missed it, ignore me. We didn't talk about it. That was where it was ruled okay to do, if I remember correctly. I'm okay with it. I'm not afraid of people who walk around strapped. I don't care. Jack, thoughts?
I don't really care. It kind of depends on the person. Some people are a little shady looking. I don't like open carry. I think that's a virtue signal. You don't want to tell people you're armed because they might come up behind you and kill you and take your gun.
Well, I mean, if you're in a state that doesn't have concealed carry, or it's really hard to get concealed carry, I can see you still. I mean, if you want to be strapped, that's the only way to do it.
Yeah, I get that, but there should be concealed carry everywhere.
I agree with that too. But let me put it this way. When I worked at Walmart, occasionally there were guys who would come in with guns, sometimes on their hip, and sometimes you could see it in their jacket. The only person who ever freaked out about it was a retarded kid who worked the door. I think that's a perfect metaphor, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne came out and said that he's really happy with Donald Trump.
Yeah, I saw that. Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, get it, my friend. Now, as Satsu pointed out, and many people pointed out, he's already been canceled like 400 times, so he don't give a fuck. He got canceled because he thinks BLM's a bunch of bullshit. Which is where I first learned to respect Lil Wayne. Because he might be high as a kite, but he's paying more attention than a lot of people.
Yeah. There was a video clip I saw today. I think I saw it on Tucker because I was over at my dad's when I saw it. And they went around to people in Pennsylvania asking what they thought. And some union came out in support of Trump.
Oh.
But they said, the Democrats just take advantage of us.
It's true.
And they were shocked by that because of some lefty group. But I think you're going to see a lot of people that are like union or just or normal blue collar people voting for Trump this time around.
It's amazing to me how many people, when they say a black man, because I haven't really seen too many black women do it, but there's been several black men who've come out and like, fuck the Democrats. Not even necessarily go Republican. I mean, when we watched Ice Cube, or did we actually watch it or just talk about it? I think we just talked about it.
I think we just talked about it.
He never said, go vote Republican. Never. He said, no matter who wins, we need to hold their feet to the fire. And he did describe how he went and met with both Democrats and Republicans. The Democrats offered platitudes while the Republicans offered money.
Yeah.
And like Satsu said, you don't even have to believe in Trump's plan. You don't have to believe he believes in it. But if you are somebody who's like, well, I have to vote this way because I'm black. What you should be doing is going out there and going, Democrats, they're promising that. You're promising nothing. What are you going to give us? I don't even have to believe him, but at least he's saying it. What are you saying? And they're saying nothing. They're saying, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. They've been getting back to you guys for the last 200 fucking years.
Yeah.
Unions, what have they done? Clinton signed NAFTA. How'd that work out for you guys?
Right. Well, I really think Trump's done more for the black community than Obama ever did.
He did. Even if you believe that all he did was continue the economy that Barack set up, that's fine. He also, the First Step Act, that was him. That's what it's called, right? The prison one?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
You know, I was talking to my wife today. I went upstairs and she was watching the Kardashian show. I forget what it's called.
Keeping up with some horrors.
Yeah. I don't like that show. I've never liked the Kardashians. But the shit Kim has been getting is starting to get on my nerves. Because she got a bunch of shit because she went and met with the president and actually got shit done.
Yeah.
You have a whole bunch of people like, I would never meet with the president. Kim like, I'll go talk to him. And she got her shit done.
Yeah, that's how you get stuff done.
And like, fuck that bitch. And then, I don't know how you feel about this, Jack, but did you see the story the other day about how she took her friends and family to a private island so they could enjoy a couple of weeks without having to worry about COVID?
I heard something about it. I don't pay much attention to those people.
They all got screened to make sure they were healthy. And when they all were, they jumped on a fucking plane, went to a private island, and just enjoyed life for 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks or whatever it was.
Not only does that sound fun, it also sounds like the sound to a horror movie, which is why I wouldn't do it. But I get it. And they're rich. They can do that.
Yeah.
If I was mega rich, I'd go hang out on a private island too. Not to hunt people.
There were so many people like, how dare her? She's just waving in our face. I can't do that. Well, get rich, motherfucker.
Yeah, you can't do that. Boo-hoo, life's hard. Fuck off.
If I could take away my friends and family stress for 2 weeks, I'd absolutely do it. And I wouldn't give a fuck what anybody thought. And you know what? Kim Kardashian has I don't give a fuck money.
Yeah. Yeah, they're super rich off of her gross sex tape.
Yeah. They're a very wealthy family, and it was something they were able to do for their friends and family. Good on them. Why the fuck would I think that's a horrible thing?
I don't know. People are jealous. That's the problem. Is we've become a very envious society, where if somebody has a bunch of stuff, you're like, oh, they took it from me. That's not the case. Go earn your own shit.
Yeah, and that's sadly the problem. There is jealousy. Look, I don't like the family because one, how they got famous. They were already a rich family. I mean, it's not like Robert Kardashian left them poor. But Kim took her sex tape, accidentally released it.
Yeah, accidentally on purpose.
And they turned that into a show, which they turned into a whole empire, and good on them. Yeah. You know who I blame when I look and go, these are talentless whores? The people who watch the talentless whores.
Yeah, they're the ones watching it, making it celebrity and making them famous, buying their merchandise because they have a entire line of products.
They have their own store, at least they used to.
Yeah.
An actual boutique somewhere, I think it was in Manhattan. I forget exactly where it was.
Somewhere where rich people go, but there's going to be people go buy stuff from there just to say they went there.
Yep. And people are like, how dare they? Like, well, why are you watching?
Yeah, this is no different than going to a strip club and complaining how those chicks are whores. You're the one going to the strip club. You're supporting their whoriness. So, Sean, if you're watching that shit, I don't watch that crap. I think it's stupid and vapid.
Look, every time I've watched them, I'm like, oh, these are dumb whores.
Yeah.
Dear Christ.
And only the one is cute. Courtney?
Courtney, yeah.
Yeah, she's the only one that's cute. The others are like monstrously ugly.
Chloe looks like a dude. Chloe looks so much like a dude, they actually had a drag contest to look like her.
Wow.
I did laugh at that episode. And then, Kim, I don't know. Kim looks like somebody threw her in a blender.
She looks like what an alien race would try to make to represent a human.
Yeah.
Because she looks artificial to me. Because she's had so much work done, and her ass is gross.
It is. It's really nasty. But again, I don't partake, so there you go. The criticisms, though, that's not what she gets criticized for. They don't get criticized for being vapid whores. They get criticized because Kim went and talked to Trump and got shit done.
And she's, like somebody said in chat, she's done more for the black community than Joe Biden.
She has. For fuck's sake. And then with this latest one, I'm like, you fucking jealous pieces of shit. And it's just more proof of how class warfare is really setting in. But I do want to say that I don't think it would be the same if she supported Biden. If she came out and went, I love Joe Biden and I'm never going to talk to Trump again. Then her taking her family somewhere, they'd be like, that is the good on her.
So stunning and or
So brave.
So brave.
Yeah, they just don't like it because she went and talked to Trump. When I won the Super Bowl, I am not going to the White House because fuck that guy.
Yeah, like stop being a baby about it.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
If I had the chance to meet the president, I'd do it. I don't care what president it was, especially if I didn't like him.
Yeah.
I'd be like, can I talk to you, sir?
I got some questions.
I got a question for you, sir.
I think Trump would be kind of fun to hang out with, though.
I don't know that I'd like talking to I would have loved to have talked to Obama. I would, because I really would still. I'd love to sit down and actually talk to him and see how his mind thinks, because I don't think it does.
Well, it depends if he's got a teleprompter with him.
Yeah, I would like to talk to him just one-on-one with his brain and mind and see what's up in there, because I want to believe he's a smart man. A liar for sure, a jackass undoubtedly, but I want to still believe he's smart.
Smart or sneaky?
They're not mutually exclusive.
That's true.
And I'm not going to lie, I can appreciate a sneaky mind.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust politicians to begin with, but Trump seems like a fascinating person because he's got a different way of thinking than most of these people in Washington.
I've heard and seen examples of Trump being a little bit too willing to change his mind depending on who's talking to him.
Oh, I'm sure.
And that's something I couldn't deal with. I don't want somebody who's just going to agree with me. If you agree with me, great. But if you think I'm wrong, I want you to say you think I'm wrong. And
Wrong.
Wrong. Yeah, that stuff's great. Jack, I want to show you a video. I don't know if you saw it. This is amazing. And I saw it tonight when we were watching Lords of the Night. Did you see this video?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing right here is a young man who has filled a chocolate fountain with surplus government cheese. And this happens. There's volume to it, but I have it turned off right now. I don't think you really need the volume to get what's going on here.
Yeah.
Unlike chocolate, surplus government cheese doesn't melt exactly. It does this. It turns into rubber. He really, really, really should have put some milk in there. Yeah, and look, there he goes crying. Poor bastard.
He's crying because he's a bitch. What did you expect to happen? First of all, that's a chocolate fountain, not a cheese fountain.
Well, I think part of why he cries. Let's skip back. Okay, right here.
Because all his cheese went away.
No. This cheese is whipping his ass.
Right?
That shit had to hurt. I mean, I don't know how fast a chocolate fountain like that moves, but yeah, he's getting whipped by that thing.
Well, he kind of deserves it because he clearly didn't pay any attention to what he was doing.
Well, I mean, if you take some Velveeta, you can melt it down to where it's a decent enough liquid where it would have the chocolate consistency that would go in one of these. Yeah. But you have to add a shit ton of milk. That's how you do it. Otherwise, it's this. It's just stringy like that, and it'll whip the shit. Cheese whipper. It kicked the shit out of him, man. Carl says, I think he's lactose intolerant. Or sorry, Corey, not Carl. Corey, thank you for the donation, Corey. It's called fondue. I mean, look, there's ways he could have done this and made it work, and he's just not that smart. He got his ass kicked by cheese.
I think it's richly deserved. I don't feel bad for him.
Nuts says he's probably crying because he ruined his mom's fountain and she's fixing to whoop that ass. She said, but. And good morning. I don't know if I saw has she been here the whole time? Have I been
here for a while? Yeah.
Sorry, Nuts. I wasn't really watching. I love you. You were one of the people meaning me about my song, so I'm okay with missing you for a while. No, I'm not. I still feel bad for missing. I just thought that was funny as shit. Poor bastard. I feel bad for him. I really do. Because, again, there's ways he could have done it.
Yeah, but he clearly had no idea what he was doing and thought this would be cool.
Nacho cheese is not cheese. It's plastic. How dare you?
That looked very plasticky, to be fair.
Well, again, that does not look like Velveeta. That looks like he bought the cheapest stuff he could find.
Oh, absolutely.
Ebony Williams says combat mukbang for the win.
Oh, that could be a cool subgenre.
By the way, that is not pronounced mukbang. For those of you who don't know, it's mukbang.
No, when you look at the American fatties eating it, it's mukbang. When Asians do it, it's mukbang.
It's mukbang either way. It's just a bunch of people eating a fucking bunch of food. Not many of them not knowing how to chew with their fucking mouth closed. Jesus Christ.
That's mostly the Americans, because the Asians used to just record themselves actually eating normal food, and that's how they would. That's how it started. Is people would miss their family and they'd film themselves eating, so it could be like they're eating with their family.
That's stupid.
Well, that's what lonely people do.
I'm sorry if you do that with your own family, but that's stupid.
I find it weird, but people do their own thing. I find lots of
fat people love that shit.
Oh yeah, it's an excuse to eat big fat meals and be like, look how fat I am. What's that one? I was watching a video Sinatra did the other day on Amberlynn Reed.
Oh God, why does she keep coming up?
I don't know. I think she floats like a witch.
Ebony just said I'm an ass. What did I do this time?
I don't know.
I'm sure I am. I don't remember what it was that I said. Anyway, Amberlynn Reed is a nasty, nasty woman who is undeserving of the success that she's gotten. And she has a Klingon forehead.
She totally does have a Klingon forehead. I didn't notice that. That's going to haunt me now. She
is the only fat person I've ever seen that's got the cottage cheese from the thighs in her fucking forehead. And I'm going to get in trouble now because she's a YouTuber, so I got to shut up. But that's true. Go look it up. She's got cottage cheese forehead. How fat you got to be to have fat in your forehead?
Well, wasn't she like 500 or 600 pounds?
Yeah, she's so fat. Her and her sister had a show on TLC.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah. Man, I wish I could be celebrated for being fat.
Yeah, that's a very surface level kind of trait. Like, at least look, there's a lot of people that are overweight. That's one thing. Don't be gigantically, morbidly obese and be uninteresting.
I got it. You and I, we will have a slightly overweight TLC show.
Oh, there we go.
Where you and I have to try to stop eating bad food.
Oh, we can call it working on it. That way TLC will think we're working on getting fatter.
No, we can't do that because it's always about improvement. But see, here's the thing: we don't have to improve. I could be standing there making my ramen noodles, crying about how I'm about to eat these ramen noodles. I don't want to do this. And then when the camera's off, I'll be smiling, really happy, eating my fucking ramen. Yeah.
We could have audience participation where we stand outside and we're about to unwrap a candy bar and one of them comes up and smacks it out of our hand.
Oh, $5 to smack a candy bar out of our hands.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You'd fail in the first hour. I think you're missing the point. Yeah, and I could work up the tears too. I just think about my mom as I'm cooking.
Well, that's dark.
But you gotta have something to draw on to make tears happen, you know.
Pat's 100% right. TLC used to use their channel to try to prevent this stuff, and now they encourage it for ratings.
Yeah, we'll be not instead of my 600-pound life. I don't know how much you weigh, Jack, but my 210-pound life.
Well, together we're almost 500 pounds.
Well, there we go.
250.
And we'll just be like, if Amberlynn Reed can get a fucking TLC show, you and I should be able to.
No, we're too smart. They hire dum-dums. Have you seen some of the garbage they put on there?
Yeah.
You know they pay way less than other reality shows because they're like, these people are idiots. They'll do it to be famous.
But that's what I'm saying, dude. You start there, see? And you build from that. And then we sell T-shirts.
Yeah.
And then we millionaires and we can eat all the ramen we want.
Then we get some Cristal and party with Lil Wayne.
That would be sweet.
I think that would turn into a Weekend at Bernie's scenario pretty quick.
Well, as long as I'm not Bernie, I'm good.
That's true. That's true.
Fuck it. I'll hook him up. I'll hook whoever it is up to a little pulley system so I can wave as I'm sitting by a pool drinking Mai Tais.
Right.
I don't even like Mai Tais. I'll drink them.
Teacher said maybe they pay them in food.
Oh, that's the Slayton sisters, not Amberlynn. My bad. Okay. Still, look at their foreheads. They got fat foreheads, man. Yeah, it's the older Slayton sisters got that fat forehead. Ex Bubba Hotep, thank you, says just think they could have stairs cam. No. We're gonna stay in a place that doesn't have stairs. See, that would be part of my rehabilitation. Oh man, and they could have a big bowl of little Snickers. And I got it, Jack. To shame me, there'll be this giant bowl of mini Snickers on a scale. And each episode will start with how much weight is left in that bowl.
I was thinking every time you ate a Snickers bar, they'd have somebody dressed like a Snicker come in and pelt you with mini ones, the little fun size ones. And he's like, you like these, don't you? Don't you?
And I could cry as I'm on the ground picking them up going, yeah. Eat them.
So fat. Then you start eating them. It'd be like taking Nick avocado to the next level.
Yeah. See, we got this.
It's not hard. I mean, it's TLC. They don't have a lot of originality in their concepts here.
TLC, give us a call. HBO, that other show is still on the table if you want it.
Right?
People coming to confront me and Jack over how sexist. Oh, Jack, we haven't done that recently.
What?
Yeah. Properly objectify women. Thank you, Ebony says, I think you're too creative for your own good. Thank you for the donation. And I'm not sure if that's a compliment or a oh no.
I think it's a compliment.
Yeah, I just saw something on Twitter because I came over here to grab the hashtag. Who did this to me? Sugar tits.
Sugar tits to it?
I used to like you.
And now we love you.
Oh, no, Jack. This is what she did.
What she did.
The title is New Trend Cycling Shorts. And I'm telling you that in advance to showing you this.
Oh, for the love of Christ. That's gross.
For once, I'm happy there was a blink so I can turn that shit off. See what I mean?
It's still funny, but it's mean. Mean of her to send that.
Oh, my. The Ass Crack team has never dropped the ball. We do go look, guys, whether you believe it or not. We're over there checking it out. We haven't.
Mostly are looking at the pictures of the hot chicks.
Well, yeah, mostly. I still get some. That somebody sent that Freddy Krueger chick in the other day. Let's start with her, shall we? But we go check the ladies out, and I do check out the stories too. No, Sugar Tits didn't send that to the hashtag. I follow her, and that was the first thing that was on my timeline when I went over there. But here's Sexy Freddy. That's nice.
Yeah, she's cute.
This one would have been okay if she didn't look so young and didn't have that damn nose ring in.
She's cute in the face, but her thighs are too big. I like this girl. She looks like she would let you do stuff to her butt.
You got to pull the tail out first.
No, that's where the butt plug is gapping things for you. This would be a good time to remind people we are brought to you by you. If you want to hear us objectify women, throw cash our way.
Of this set, this is my favorite.
That's cute. She's a good-looking girl, but again, the thighs are a little too big.
I think the thighs are actually they could go a little bigger for me, and she definitely has that I don't know my daddy's name look.
Oh yeah. That girl has some issues.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get butt stuff. So,
yeah.
What's this set? Oh, these are. I like these, but I like to see the face. Oh, whoa! Why does she got bloody pants on? Can't show those ones.
You know why? Thank you for dropping links, Stargazer.
She's. Oh, these are muscular women. No, can't. Not a fan.
CEO's telling you to update. Check the latest MSS.
Shrouded, what's with the chunky chicks? The latest MSS news?
I'm assuming so.
I'm looking at naked chicks right. Well, not naked, mostly naked chicks right now. We'll do that in a minute. I'm trying to find the next set that I actually want to show online. Okay, that one just makes me feel dirty. Do you see the one with the lollipop or the popsicle?
I don't remember. I saw a lot of them today.
Oh my. Okay, yeah, that one I definitely can't show. That's got nipple and bush. Wow.
I gotta update mine.
This is from a while ago. That's 4 hours ago from New Fate. What's all these stories on here? The fuck? Oh, got some women grinding on each. Oh man, oh man. You know, I love America, and I realize some of these are Asian, but they're Asian American. I'm positive.
Well, at least they're allies.
I
got to find me some of these Australian Asians because that accent mixed with the Asian hotness. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Thank you, Rodline, for the donation. Objectify away. Will do. Thank you.
Oh, she's cute. I like that one. I know you guys can't see this, but you can go over to the hashtag MITAM and check these out for yourself. Sort it by latest and just scroll, and you'll see what we're seeing. When we were, oh no, lady, that makes your titties look way too small. You don't see that very often. A small bathing suit making a woman's titties look smaller than they are. Seriously, check this out. We're going to objectify this young lady. Actually, I don't know how young she is. Oh, she did the eyebrow thing. God, stop doing that to your eyebrows, lady. Stop fucking with your eyebrows. But see, look how that makes her titties look even smaller than they are. I mean, they're a decent size.
They're cute.
But it makes them look like, oh, damn. You can cover that whole thing with a nacho chip, huh? And again, I don't mind because I'm not a big titty person, but who is sending me stuff over? What is this? Oh, can I share this? I was just I won't if you don't want me to, but I will at least thank you for supporting the store. Somebody with a Stop Spreading Stupid t-shirt.
Oh, nice.
One of my favorites. I used to say that to people all this time. Stop spreading stupid.
Well, you're not wrong.
Unfortunately, too many of them didn't listen. And here we are. Oh, here's the ones from yesterday, or the day before that we were looking at. Not that I don't enjoy the ones you've... God damn it. Why is it doing that so much? I'm probably going to crash soon, Jack. A nice little weird Jason thing going on with blood on her.
Yeah.
Somehow she makes blood sexy. She's kind of a little male-ish looking for me.
Like she might be trans.
Yeah, she's got some features that would make me, need to do a check first, but still cute.
That's the type of chick you want to use your alternate name. Which in my case is Matt Jarbo.
This one is just,
I find her creepy.
yeah. And then there's Freddie Chick again with a different angle this time.
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
She really is. And I hope all these women are doing well. I like women to do well, Jack. I support the women. Oh, wow. Shit. Oh, we'll show her because she's really cute. Look, we're objectifying women. Get the hell out of here if you don't like it. Look at that.
Yeah, she's cute.
That she charges by the hour.
Yeah, that's an expensive girl.
Yeah.
Her love is going to cost you.
Yeah, you ain't getting in there without a credit card number first. And it better be platinum card. And with that, I'm once again reminded my daughter watches this show. Love you, sweetie. We're at 2:10, Jack. I think we're going to wrap up here.
Oh, real quick before we do, there was one article I wanted to talk about.
Oh, please do. Please do. I'm going to look. Somebody had said to look up MSS, so I'll check that out real quick, too.
Okay. So the Federalist is reporting that.
No, why are you talking?
Yeah. So Twitter suspended the account of the U.S. border chief for celebrating the wall's protection from illegal aliens.
I saw that.
And that is right after fucking Dorsey was like, we don't do that. We don't interfere. Whatever, dude. And
we're not political.
Yeah, the violation was, according to the Federalist, was for hateful conduct.
Yeah, and all he said, do you have the tweet there?
I have the article. The tweet's embedded. It's in the side chat.
Oh, okay. You can read it.
The tweet said, continue to build new wall every day. Every mile helps us stop gang members, murderers, sexual predators, and drugs from entering our country. It's a fact. Walls work.
And they banned that for hate speech.
Yeah. He was doing some wrong thinking. They said, you may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religion, affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. Twitter wrote in an email explaining the suspension. As it is clear from the banned post text, the commissioner did not threaten anyone based on anything.
Yeah,
it was illegally entered. That then we got some political talking points. And
maybe illegal is now one of the genders.
It might be. In recent weeks, the commissioner has been free to publish content on the site touting the accomplishments of border agents keeping America safe. It's not clear what recently changed in Twitter's algorithm or policing that resulted in the post shutdown of his account, when other similar posts went unblocked. For example, he had one, this is CBP, which is Border Patrol, keeping America safe. 12 predators did not make it into our communities. And they were talking about some sex offenders in the linked article. He's posted several ones about sex offenders being arrested, including ones that were about gang members and arrest warrants for violent offenders. None of those violated, but talking about the border wall got him in trouble.
Your boy passes, but left is calling me Uncle Tom is okay. Yeah.
Yep. And the maps. The maps are apparently okay too.
I made my post today about Amy Barrett and the whole Girl Scout thing, and this guy replied, she's a conservative cunt. I'm like, wow, I'm not allowed to say that word.
Right? Oh, and Ajit Pai pointed out that there were several tweets by Iran's Khomeini that violated the rules for glorifying violence, and he's allowed to have a page.
But remember, his is just saber rattling.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, that was the nonsense that Jack said about that shit.
Yeah,
fucking dick.
Load of crap. I'm gonna drop the article again in case you missed it. It's that really pissed me off.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. That's one I'm glad you brought up because that would have been one after the show we'd been like, shit, we should have talked about that.
Yeah, I almost forgot. So, yeah, again, this is getting out of hand with the social media platforms censoring people. There needs to be some kind of pushback. I don't know. I think we're going to end up the government doing nothing, though, like usual.
And I didn't see if I was told I could share that, and I'm not sure who they are in chat. So if you did say, I'm sorry, you can tell me again right now, and I'm paying attention, I promise. For the record, though, if you guys are sending pictures to a hashtag, remember, the ladies go to MITAM, not MSS News. Those are two totally different hashtags, guys.
Yeah, you'll confuse Scribe.
Stories can go to both, but the pictures, MITAM, because, look, we want people to wake up in a good mood, Jack. This is a morning show.
The Morning Wood Show.
Morning Wood with Monkey and Jack. No, that sounds like a gay talk show.
It does. It sounds very, very gay.
And look, there's nothing wrong with gay. We're just not.
Especially if you have the title Morning Wood and then you insert the name Jack.
Yeah.
You're asking for problems. You're going to get the wrong audience that's going to be very upset that they don't have what you think they have.
Shio says, yeah, I ain't awake. I understand. It's okay.
No worries. It happens.
Don't worry. She's beautiful. We'll enjoy the picture. He'll be like, what? Why was this sent here? And I'll be like, I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But yeah, to those of you who do purchase from our stores, seriously, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donations too. You guys, I don't know if you understand how much we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And, it helps us do everything. Lights, food, internet, anything that I have to pay for, you guys help me pay for.
Yeah.
You know what's weird, Jack? I never thanked my bosses for paychecks because they were assholes and had to pay me. These guys don't. It makes it so much nicer.
They voluntarily pay us.
Yeah.
Your bosses are compelled to by law.
Yeah.
That's what makes me appreciate this more.
Well, yeah, there's that part of it too. But yeah, we really do. And remember, guys, you can get some nice stuff down there. I did take, sorry guys, Monk-O-Lantern's gone because I don't think anybody could get him by Halloween. But somebody made a great suggestion during Monkey in the Morning. They said next year will I do a pumpkin version based on my granddaughter. Make a smaller monkey and the female one, like I have the little girl monkey that's on the shows or on the videos where she says Ranting Monkey's awesome. And yeah, I can do that. So I wish I would have thought of it this year because I think that would have been a good one.
You better get on it now so you have to jump on it for next year.
Monk-O-Lantern is my favorite monkey I've ever made.
Well, I can see why. It's good.
I think he's the cutest one I've made, and he just makes me smile. So you can get the Tardy Tubbies shirt. I need to get one with Tardy Tubbies. I got to make my Tardy Tubbies. I love the ones that were done for us, but I would feel bad using somebody else's art if I didn't pay them, and I can't. So I'm going to have to get my own made up or like work out a deal with somebody. Be like, I'll give you a hamburger Tuesday for this today. That's an old Popeye thing that I fucked up completely.
I got it. It's just,
I know.
Gonna let it lay there.
For being an Asian kid wearing a hat, it's cute. It's not an Asian. That one doesn't look Asian. The hell are you talking about? Does Monk-O-Lantern have a nose? I don't think he even has a nose. Do you have a Frankenstein monkey? I don't remember. I'd have to go through all the monkeys I've made.
That's a good idea, though.
That one's harder to do because of the different shapes.
Well, you had a ghost monkey, didn't you?
No, I have a zombie monkey.
Oh.
I have a zombie. I have a vampire.
I know you have a Batman.
I have a Batman. I have a soldier that I made in honor of a friend of mine. Yeah, I have a ton of monkeys, man. Mummy monkey, that one would actually be pretty fun to do too.
Yeah.
I'll have the whole cereal set, Jack.
I know, that's what I was thinking too.
I need to get my own cereal line for next year.
Yeah.
Instead of Count Chocula, it'll be Monk Chocula. Yeah, bitches.
Munkos.
Munkos.
Yeah. Would the marshmallows be shaped like the stairs?
No, my cereal would not have marshmallows in it.
Oh.
I do not like marshmallows in cereal. I did when I was a kid, but these days, have you had Lucky Charms lately?
Yeah, the sugar tastes weird.
And it is like 50%. It's 50% marshmallow, 25% cereal, and another 25% marshmallow.
Yeah. I don't know if that's even marshmallow so much as just condensed high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of crunchy marshmallows.
Yeah, they taste a lot different now.
Bite into it.
Yeah, you're like, it has a distinctly different taste, and they're hard.
Yes.
I don't want that. No.
I haven't had them in years, so it's probably been 10 years since I last had them. Way back, the kids were still in the house, and we bought a box. And like, that's fucking nasty. What did they do to Lucky Charms?
Yeah, I had some about 2 years ago that somebody gave me a couple boxes they didn't want, and I was like, these are gross.
Yeah. I have my favorites here. Oh, dude, bought a box of peanut butter Captain Crunch. Oh, I haven't had that in forever. I fucking love that cereal. It's still as good as I remember. A little sweeter than I remember, but
yeah, it's because they substitute high fructose for everything now.
But oh man, I love me some peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Oh,
remember, guys, do not buy Reese's Puffs. I mean, you can if you want to, but instead get peanut butter Captain Crunch and Cocoa Puffs and mix them. And it actually tastes like you're eating a Reese's. Just saying. Listen to the fat guy on this one. There's a reason I have diabetes, y'all. Nobody ever trusts the fat guy with diabetes on food. Why wouldn't you trust him? Look, I'm just because I'm fat doesn't mean I eat everything. I just know what's best. My favorite cereal is Reese's Puffs. Look, I'm not saying they're bad, but when you eat them, they don't really taste like Reese's. You can barely taste peanut butter in them things. Get some peanut butter Captain Crunch, some Cocoa Puffs, mix them together, and thank me later. With that, Jack, I think we're going to wrap up.
Okay.
Thank you guys for joining us, going on these journeys with us every night.
Wherever they may lead.
They go in some strange places sometimes. Tonight wasn't too bad, but we've had some weird ones before. Thank you for the donations. You guys are very, very kind. I want to say a sincere thank you before I let Jack talk. You guys donate to him and support him, and I appreciate that more than I think you guys understand. Jack comes and does this of his own free will. I do not pay him for being here. I'm not rich enough to do so. I wish I was, but I'm not. So he gets paid by you guys, and you guys have helped support his channel and get him over 1,000 there on Roll for Sanity. Thank you for supporting this gentleman who's sitting over here with me every night. I appreciate it. There's not words for how much I do. Thank you guys for that. Jack, is there anything you'd like to show?
It's hard to follow that, but yeah, I do appreciate everything you guys do and supporting me in my channels. It really is greatly appreciated. It just like the donations, I really, really appreciate them. It helps out tremendously, and we're glad you guys come out every night.
Tonight, we're going to be on Scribe Lights channel, 9 p.m. Eastern time for Lords of the Night. I will probably be doing a game stream. Phasmophobia had an update, and I'll go see what's going on there. Dog Backwards, thank you so much for the donation with no message. That is very, very kind of you. Cirque says, Jack makes us laugh. Actually, I wanted to read a comment from last night, Jack.
Oh, okay.
Guys, I don't comment back because we get so many of them these days. And I'm lazy. But I do read them. I pay attention to what you guys say. And this one says, Jack bringing up how Monkey's daughter has children is exactly why we all love Jack. Tolerate Monkey and hate people with no sense of humor. I fucking love that. Like, that's awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Jack, a pleasure as always, my friend.
Always a good time.
Everybody, have a wonderful night. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Last night you got offended when I sang about my dick. So I'm not gonna do it tonight. Dick.